Yes, guys, what's happening? Hope you're all well. Paris Saint-Germain 4, Manchester City 2. What a brilliant game that was in the Champions League. The tie certainly lived up to it. I mean, I'm here to talk about it in this video, and I'll make a separate video rounding up all the Champions League results, but I thought this game deserves a separate video on its own. I mean, what an amazing comeback from PSG. Luis Enrique's men showed great character, honestly, and spirit to come back, because I certainly did not think they would come back from 2-0 down. I mean, we've seen in the past the amount of times that this football club has collapsed in Europe. I'm talking about PSG, of course. City have had some of their slip-ups as well, but they did win the Champions League a few years ago, obviously, in that treble season. But on the game itself, I thought, first things first, I thought Joao Neves was absolutely unreal. Man of the match performance. I see why people rave about this kid, you know. I mean, I haven't had the chance to watch him often, but I obviously knew that he was a big talent. He was very tenacious, hardworking, good technical ability, you know, gets into the box well, as you saw for his goal. I mean, incredible. Barcola was also amazing, especially in the second half. I mean, the first half, obviously, both teams had a few chances here and there. I don't think anyone was by far the better team, but you could see PSG growing into the game as the minutes ticked along. And just before halftime, Hakimi had a goal disallowed. It was slightly offside, but you could see the danger there. I'll talk about City a little bit later on in this video. And yeah, before I get cracking on with that, feel free to hit a like and subscribe. I mean, I would really appreciate it, and I'm seeing the views going up now, so that will motivate me to make more videos. And yeah, man, I really appreciate the love and the support. So yeah, back to it then. Yeah, I thought the game, my prediction before the game probably was a 2-2 draw, I'm not gonna lie, but that second half, PSG just went on another gear, and it was quite clear that they were gonna win it. But let's take you back to the first goal. So Pep makes a change, brings on Jack Grealish, and I don't really rate Grealish, I'm not going to lie to you. I think City should get rid of him. He's heading downhill, but he did make an impact in this game, scoring from, he couldn't miss from that angle, you know, not angle, I mean, it was straight down the middle, but Akanji did really well to get past Mendes, puts it in a dangerous area. Donnarumma, I think, saves Haaland's shot, and it just falls nicely for Grealish to smash it home for 1-0 City. And I thought from that moment City are definitely going to get a result of some kind, and soon afterwards it was 2-0 through Erling Haaland, who's obviously a goal machine, couldn't miss from there. Once again, great work from Jack Grealish on the left, cuts it into a dangerous area. I think Vitinha, in trying to cut the ball out, sends it towards Haaland, and he couldn't miss, and it was 2-0 City. But you always felt, obviously, the way City season is going, that they weren't really going to hold on or keep a clean sheet. And once Paris Saint-Germain pulled one back, the momentum was just on their side. I mean, Bradley Barcola absolutely ripped Mateus Nunes, I think. Incredible nutmeg, and the pace he's shown, and Dembele couldn't miss. You know, I mean, he came on as well. I don't think he started for PSG in the game. Not sure why. Maybe it's a lack of match fitness, but Dembele has been PSG's best player this season from the games that I've seen, you know. And he's having somewhat of a revival season, let's call it, because this is a footballer that I've rated for a very long time, Ousmane Dembele. But obviously, he has been ravaged with injuries. His time at Barca could have been a lot better, you know. But it's nice to see him doing well for PSG, and he pulls one back. And as soon as that goal goes in, you could see the momentum swinging in PSG's favour, and they got the equaliser soon afterwards. Doué cuts inside, gets a shot off. I think it's the crossbar, and then it comes to Barcola, who's on the right side this time, and finishes it. He finishes it beautifully in that bottom corner. Edison has really next to no time to react to that, and it was 2-2, and you could just see the momentum swinging in PSG's favour. I mean, they dominated that game. Honestly, that was such a fair result. I mean, City capitulated completely in this game. I mean, if any game sums up City's season so far, it's certainly this one, you know. They have flashes of brilliance, but then again, you could see that they are not completely out of this crisis yet. Maybe the signing of Marmoush will improve that. Obviously, he has been announced this morning, you know, it's official. He has signed from Eintracht Frankfurt, so that's going to be a big signing. Interested to see how he does there. But yeah, PSG just grew into the game, and then the third goal came through Joao Neves, who fully deserved the goal. He was the best player on the pitch, arguably. Fantastic header, keeps it low, you know, the pace on the ball was too much for Edison, and it's 3-2 PSG. And from there, they just kept pushing and pushing and pushing. I mean, they were relentless, honestly. I mean, you could see before the game it was a must-win for both teams, especially PSG, because they were just outside the playoff spots. So in that sense, it was very important for them to get the goal, to win the game. And with virtually the last kick of the game, Gonzalo Ramos comes on and finishes it expertly into the top corner. The refs, it was ruled out for offside initially, but it came off Guardiola, so it was definitely onside, and the goal was given in the end to cap off what was a brilliant night in Paris for Paris Saint-Germain. So what does this result mean for them? They are now into the playoff spots. They still need to do the business against Stuttgart in the final game. I reckon they'll probably edge that and win it. For Manchester City, it's plain and simple. They have to beat Club Brugge at the Etihad. You'd like to think they will, but you never know. You never know. Club Brugge are not doing that badly themselves. They're actually above City in the table, which is mad, honestly. In a table of 36 teams, for Manchester City to be not even in the playoff spots sums it all up. And Pep Guardiola's team need to get their act together. They've got a big game coming up against Chelsea in the top 4 clash at the Etihad, and I don't fancy them to win that game. It's hard to tell because they have improved a little bit over the last few weeks, but then you could argue they've beaten the likes of Ipswich. It was an impressive win, 6-0. Obviously, the other one was Salford in the FA Cup. Not much to go by there, but it's a huge period for City. They've got Arsenal coming up as well at the Emirates, and it doesn't look good for them. It doesn't look good. I don't think they're going to win a trophy this season. I'm not gonna lie to you. The only trophy that they have a chance of winning is the FA Cup, but even that is a stretch, if they don't improve defensively. Obviously, they will always score goals. They will always have those moments, of pure quality, but this isn't the season for City. They just have to rebuild and go from there, really. But just on PSG, fantastic win. They only need, I think, a point against Stuttgart to qualify anyway, but, they should go for the win just in case. But I'm going to do another video on the Champions League to round off all the results in one video. But I thought this game deserved a video on its own. Honestly, it was an impressive result from Luis Enrique's men, and if they had shown that kind of application and character from the beginning, they wouldn't be in the position they were before the game, honestly. PSG are a very, very big club, They really need to show that consistency in Europe. Obviously, they're looking for their first one. And maybe, I have to say, it's better for them to have a team like this, a team full of young potentials that obviously can grow. When they had Neymar, Messi and Mbappe, obviously you thought that was their best chance of winning the Champions League, but it didn't pan out that way. So, like I said, they've just got to keep pushing, and let's see what happens. I'm very much looking forward to the playoff draw, the last 16 draw. Obviously, I've done a video on Liverpool's win against Lille. Check that out. I mean, we are cruising. We only need a point to finish first as well. Even that might not be a requirement because Barcelona are not guaranteed to beat Atalanta. So, like I said, I'm very happy with our progress in the Champions League. But just on City, they really need to fix up quickly because the defense is just not... They are vulnerable. They're very easy to get through at the moment. And who knows, maybe the signing of Kusanov will improve that. They also signed Vitor Reis, who I'm not really familiar with, young Brazilian talent, apparently. So let's see what the new signings can do for City and what impact they will have on the team. And yeah, I'm going to try and drop as many videos as possible before now and the weekend. Some big games to look forward to. The last round of Champions League games is literally a week from now. All the games will kick off at the same time as well, so that's going to be very interesting. It makes the scenario even more interesting for teams that are trying to qualify, directly. Obviously, the likes of Leverkusen, Atalanta. Arsenal got a 3-0 win, just to touch on that briefly. Declan Rice, brilliant goal. Looking at the reactions from Arsenal fans, it wasn't the most entertaining game, but 3-0, they got the job done. Havertz and Odegaard scoring the second and third goals respectively. So yeah, Arsenal comfortable in the Champions League. Their last game is away at Girona, and only a point will suffice. Even if they lose that, they're pretty much qualified because not every team is going to win, with some of them playing each other. But yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm very much looking forward to the final round of games. As a Liverpool fan, I can chill out because we are already top, through to the last 16. Same with Barcelona. but the rest have a lot to do. Obviously, the likes of Real Madrid, fantastic win for them, 5-1 against Salzburg. If you haven't seen Rodrigo's goal, check it out, man. I think it was the second one. Fantastic goal. Bellingham plays a back heel to him, and he just absolutely bends it in the bottom bins. You know, fantastic. You know, Real Madrid are coming into a bit of form. You can never rule them out in Europe. But yeah, let me know what you think. Which game did you watch? You know, who impressed you the most so far in this season's Champions League? What do you think of the format? And once again, I really, really appreciate all the love and support. You know, I'm going to be pushing out these videos as many times as possible. You know, this isn't a bad setting, actually, you know, in central London, chilling out, you know, before I've got a few things to do. But I thought I had some time to record a quick review on PSG's win against Manchester City. So to summarize, fantastic win for PSG. You know, this is the standard right now. This is what they have to do, you know, and let's see how it goes. I'm very much looking forward to the next round of games. But yeah, I'm going to wrap it up, and I hope to catch you in the next video. Peace.